Right then, welcome back everyone, and yeah, welcome back to ACOC once again. It's been a while, but we are back racing. I don't know if you've ever been here with any series, but with Formula One it's quite unusual. Yet here we are with the 2007 cars, because just to remind you, if you haven't if you haven't reminded yourself yet, this is some sort of off-season championship we're doing. This is going to be a 12-round championship. Of course, you guys all signed up, 22 drivers with 11 teams. And now we're here for Q1, so, for the inaugural event of this championship we have planned. Of course, this time around, Mirren's not going to be with us, but I'll try to do my best to bring you the best commentary I can. Hopefully it's still as enjoyable. Nonetheless, I'd say I'll tell you something about the Sepang International Circuit. Formula 1 used to race on this track, although only up until 2017. But that means that in 2007, Formula 1 was racing here. And currently, we have MotoGP racing in Sepang. We have the GT World Challenge Asia, the Sepang 12 Hours. A lot of Asian championships racing on this track because this track is located in Malaysia, in Southeast Asia. Track designed by Herman Tilke, I'm sure you know his name. And it was opened in 1999, so 24 years ago now. Gonna be 25 in March then. So it does have it is a bit old, but it's still a pretty new track. But one thing I do know is that this track is very well known between Formula 1 fans, and many have been pleading for it to come back to the Formula 1 calendar, although it hasn't occurred as of yet. Just some quick side notes as well, because we're running not only 2007 cars, but also their point system back then in 2007, which means only the top 8 score points. And the man who finishes first will score 10 points, followed by second with 8. And running off the podium, you get 6 points. And then in fourth, you get 5. Then 4. Then 3 points. Then 2 points. And in eighth, you get 1 point. Of course, we need to have drivers to score these points. And as you can see, these lineups are a bit different than those you are used to. We see some familiar faces from Formula 1, but we also see some faces from other series like Formula 2, Super Formula. It's quite a mixed up grid. Right now, for example, we're on board with Lewis McIntyre, who was the first to go out on track and is going to set his first lap time for Q1. Just a quick side note as well, since there are 22 drivers, the bottom 6 get knocked out. In Q2 also the bottom 6, and then it's your normal shootout for the top 10. McIntyre sets a 1:39.9. That's the bench line for the following laps, and Tsukaishka sets a new bench line with a 1:38.8 in the Renault. Of course, just to recap the teams, we have McLaren, Renault, Ferrari, Honda, BMW Sauber, Toyota, Red Bull, when it wasn't that dominant like it was last season in 2023, Williams, Toro Rosso, Spiker, and Super Aguri. Just so that you know the teams. We're now seeing many drivers come across the line. Saad has set the new best lap, around 37.9, so we're getting onto the high 37s. Okay, Volgi just right behind him, 22, very close to his lap time. It's about 200s, yes, 200s. Material as well in the top 3. We're looking at Manjic Davis in 4th, we have Smith in 5th, and that's the top 5 for the time being. About the commentary situation, Alex might join me later on. Alex Broster, who is sitting in 6th right now, but that's his alter ego, don't mind him. He might join us later on. For now, we'll just have me commentating solo. We're looking at Daniel Fraser in his McLaren. He is in 7th right now. Pablo Star, for your information, is in the Ferrari. And Walji is in the Williams. We see some more times coming in. Still, we need about 5 or 6 drivers, because we need 4 drivers. I'm sorry, 4 drivers still to set a lap. As you know, it's 22 now instead of 20. We've grown quite used to 20 drivers on the grid. In fact, I think this would be now the final standings, but not, because here back in 2007 we did used to have an additional team, and that's all. The 22 drivers that have set a lap now. Star remains on top, 300s ahead of Volgi, and then Material runs up the top 3. Manage and Smith make it to top 5. right now in the elimination zone, which goes from 17th to 22nd. We have Shashainat, Socki, Parrish, Hidayat, Jimenez, and McIntyre, and Graf sitting right on the line. And it's just 1/10 between him and McIntyre. Of course, Graf, also, we are used to see, well, he is in the Ferrari. And he was so as well for the first few seasons of the actual ACOC. Until his move to Red Bull. So I guess it's kind of a return now to Ferrari. But of course, this is the 2007 version of him now in the Ferrari as well. Just to clarify one thing as well, this championship we're doing is not connected to, well, the ongoing ACC timeline, I guess we can call it that. But we will be doing 2022, but this is not connected to 2022. Just to clarify that, so anything that happens here won't have an influence. As we are here now with Jimenez, I'm just having a bit of a fight there, but I'm not sure which of the cars. I think it was a Toyota, but I still have to get used to them a bit because I don't really remember the liveries by heart. Of course, you have the Ferraris, which you can tell apart in an instant, but the others I'll have to get used to. Curtis comes across the line. This is an improvement for him. Now 4.5 minutes left. Socki makes a big improvement. Goes up to 9th in the Red Bull. Now soon enough, we'll have 4 minutes left to go. A lap on the track we've seen is about 1:37. We're on board with Graf, which it's unusual to see a Ferrari that low. He still has some time to set improvements. We'll see what he can do. Also, one other thing I have to mention. It's not only going to be Formula 1, we've added a second tier. Oh, then we have someone off there. We have 2 people off there. Okay, we have an accident. We have to check on that. It's Aaron Curtis in the Super Aguri. I think not sure who that is, but I think it's one of the Williams, one of the subbers of Williamses. And on the outside, him on the outside, they both fly off into the gravel. Not sure if that means the end for them, but yeah, there's Material. It's now back to the pits. There was contact between Material and Jimenez. Oh, Curtis, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. Yeah, Curtis. Material now back on the... this is a replay now once again from the outside now. Yeah, quite a weird accident. Seems like Material is able to continue, but what about Curtis? Curtis is beached. I think this might be the end of his qualifying session, actually. Oh, he has contact again. Not sure who that was, but I think that was one of the Hondas. Not sure. They're fighting actually pretty hard for it being qualifying and fighting pretty hard. But Materia now seems to have more stability now. Also quite an interesting minute with him there now. As I think he did have contact with Will Parrish. Parrish is in the Honda, so I was right. Now we see now we see Dennis Graf, who'll soon enough go round the hairpin, which is the final corner. Let's see if he can get himself out of the Q1 elimination zone. As he will come across the line. What will it be? It's not an improvement, surprisingly. We'll have to send another lap. And as he goes on the other lap, we see the other Ferrari of Pavasar coming out the pits. The man is currently in first. Otherwise, I guess we can talk about the lines as well. But as I did mention, we do have some familiar faces like Graf, Gamba, Broster, although a bit more new, but all faces we've seen in Formula 1. Then again, we also have drivers like Materia, who drove in Super Formula last season, Aaron Curtis, Formula 2 driver, Nikhil Walji, who has been in Formula 2 for a long time, in, of course, Real ACOC, now is driving in this mini championship in Formula 1. I guess that's pretty nice for him, as he's been wanting to get into Formula 1 for a while now, I have noticed. Now we're looking at Hidayat, the man who's also in Formula 2, who did finish in one of the high spots, and I guess it was also going to Formula 1. We should join for Williams, if I remember correctly, although I do think I do. He's now racing for Spyker. Spyker, interestingly enough, was a Dutch team, which I always seem to forget. Always kind of interesting, because the nations we always see are like, of course, the UK, Italy, France, Germany, and then just get the Netherlands. That's, I guess, what the Dutch were rooting for back then until Max Verstappen came along. Now we have 1.5 minutes left. Looking at Gamba, who sits right in the middle of the table. Pretty stable position there in 12th. His teammate Kauskas is in 9th, so that's where the Renaults find themselves. Now Chamblon gets himself out of the Q1 elimination zone. He's up to 14th in the Toro Rosso. And Graf in the Ferrari is still... No, he's in the pits as well, so I think he got eliminated in Q1. That's very interesting. As well as McIntyre in the Honda. Parrish in the Honda as well. So very bad result for Honda. Jimenez in the Super Aguri. Graf, of course, in the Ferrari, not where you'd expect him to be. So Kauskas, I think, just had an improvement. 7th. But yeah, Blackwood in the Toro Rosso. And Schotanus, who is one position below safety, finds himself in the Spiker. Dutch driver in the Spiker. Pretty cool as well. But he's 300 off Curtis. And now on this lap we'll find out if he can beat the Irishman or not. Which will be actually quite interesting to see Super Aguri doing better than they did in real life. As I think they didn't last a lot of races, if I remember correctly. So I'm trying to piece together the things that happened in 2007, as I was born there, but I was a child, so I can't really remember. But nonetheless, now checkered flag has fallen. It's being waved across the line, and we'll see the remaining drivers. What laps will they set? Someone to keep an eye on is Schotanus, if he can get himself ahead of Curtis and push Curtis into the Q1 elimination zone. Tremblant is safe, but he wouldn't mind going on another lap. A lap which could even secure his position to Q2 even more, but he doesn't improve. Saar goes across the line. I think he said an improvement earlier on, but I missed it. Nonetheless, his time is a 1:37.8. Let's see if Valges responds to that. And no, it was not an improvement. So he's still 1/10 behind the Estonian. Now Schotan is going to come across the line. This is important for Q1. The Q1 placements. Let's see where he will place himself. Can his lap bring him up? No, he can't. And he stays in 17th. So that means Curtis will go through. Quite interesting sights here. Now Hidayat, who is in 15th, he's safe. Can he set an improvement? No, he can't. He stays in 15th. Looking at Mandic now, sitting in 4th. Mandic driving for Toyota. Goes around the hairpin. Very long hairpin as well. And onto the straight. And it's not an improvement. And that's Q1 done. And to recap, the ones being knocked out are Schotanus, Ferrari Blackwood, Dennis Graf somehow in the Ferrari, very surprising sight here on the first round of this mini season. Then we have Jimenez, Parrish, and McIntyre, the two Hondas. Havasar is in first, Balji in second, and Battaglia in third. Really interesting results. I think the most surprising one being Graf being immediately knocked out. I don't think any of us were expecting that. Neither did I, to be fair. As the teams to look out for back then, 2007, where Ferrari, Mercedes, of course, 2007 was the season where Raikkonen won his first and only title by 1 point. I think there's an iconic team radio where his engineer tells him that he's won it by 1 point. Quite well known. And it was against the two McLarens of Hamilton and Alonso. Actually, quite an insane lineup if I think about it, to be honest. Alonso and Hamilton, the same team, is a team you'd make like I guess in a fantasy, like those you can like create the teams. I do that honestly. Hamilton and Alonso, and in their prime as well. So still to this day, I'm quite surprised that Kimi actually went on and won 2007 title. Of course, that being his only title to date, or a very long career as well, Kimi Raikkonen. But yeah, 2007 season, quite an interesting one. And the one that followed 2008, also interesting. 2000s were quite interesting years for Formula 1. And one thing I have to admit, I do like, and I mean I love how the cars looked back then. Way smaller than they are nowadays. But it's just something about them, it just makes them look really good, in my opinion. Now then, on to Q2, this is time only 10 minutes in comparison to the 12 minutes you get into Q1. So even less margin for mistake, as Fraser locks up. coming out the pit lane, but at this stage in qualifying, he can accept a mistake like that. Fraser is in his McLaren, first one to come out on track. Let's see, because he's gonna set the first lap of this session. This should be the benchmark, as I like to call it. We're trying to find things to talk about, as this is of course the quiet part of qualifying. As you know, it's at the start the drivers are trying to warm out their tires, going a bit slower than usually, only to then go really, really quick and set really, really fast times, as you know, in these cars, to get first place, second place. So right now they're just warming up. That's why it's always kind of hard to find something to talk about. Or you can ramble on and just do it like me, just ramble on about something. That also works, but nonetheless. As in the McLaren, he probably will set up quite a good lap. It's one of the strongest cars. Top 3, I'd say, even. As now he's gonna come up, he's flying down the straight before the finish straight. One straight after the other, followed, of course, interrupted by a long hairpin. Now we're going on board with him as he's gonna start his lap. As he goes into turn 1, of course, he's gonna have a bit of traffic here, which might interrupt him a little bit. I was quite close with the Red Bull. Of course, this corner very reminiscent of the one in China, except it doesn't go as much right as it does, but it's quite similar. Then followed here by this is turn 3. Turn 3, but a long right-hander. Then a very sharp right-hander here, turn 4. Then going down this mini straight, we get a very long left-hander, which is turn 5. Then immediately right after, turn 6, very fast set of turns. Then on the straight, and we head into turn 7. I was gonna get hold up here as well. Turn 7 leads immediately into turn 8. It's like a mini version of Turkey's turn 8 with the 48, except this one has 2. Then left-handed hairpin, which goes a bit uphill into turn 9, and then immediately after turn 10, very long, bit of a long corner, and then turn 11, bit sharper. Straight once again as we head into turn 12, fast left-hander, fast right-hander, and then sharp turn 14 as he heads onto the straight. Of course, here you get DRS, but back then it didn't exist. But after 2010 or 2012, I'm not sure when it was introduced, you will be getting it. But here it's only about slipstream. Now he's gone onto the straight, he goes into the hairpin, onto the main straight, and his lap time will be a 1:37.6, so with an improvement from the first session of qualifying, which was Q1. But yeah, that's a lap of Sepang. A lot of fast corners. Very, very flowing. That's probably why people love it that much. Very nice to drive on. As Material sets a 1:57.3. Quite a bit of improvement over Fraser, as here Gamba and one of the Spikers are fighting. Star is in 3rd, Gamba is in 4th, as I mentioned just now. Curtis is in 5th, Walji in 6th. As we have 10 more drivers who will come across the line, set their laps. Otherwise, if you're curious, I'm trying to find out how long the circuit is, but it is 5.543 kilometers, 5.5 kilometers. Or, for you American watchers, it's 3.4 miles. And as I already mentioned, it's 15 turns. The fastest lap record on this track is 1:34.0, which we don't come close here with these cars, as that lap was set in 2017. But 1:37 is still a very quick lap for a circuit of 5 kilometers. Of course, these are the fastest cars in the world, as you already know, as we all know. Now then, we have 10 drivers that have set laps. We still need 6 more. And we will wait for them. Right now, still Material, Fraser, Shinat, Material and Fraser, the only ones in the 2. Oh, I'm gonna stop myself there. That's Gamba. He had a spin there. Might have been a contact with the spiker. He just ran his own. Gonna look at the replay. He was setting on a lap. He was behind the spiker. I'm not sure which one that is. Oh, he just goes off. He takes it takes him a bit too wide. Loses control and now he's into the gravel. And is he beached? Is that the end of his session? Or he might be able to go back to the pits somehow. But we'll have to see what happens. Although it would be quite a good thing to get back going onto the track, as now he slipped into 11th, 12th. I was pretty sure his lap time has a lot of potential. But yeah, you'll have to get out of that situation somehow. Yeah, now he's back into the pits. Let's see if he'll come out again. And now all 16 drivers have set the lap. It's Walji, Broster, Curtis, Luan, Gamba, and Tremblant at risk of elimination. No, Smith is at risk of elimination. 11th to 16th would be getting eliminated. So that would be Tremblant in the Toro Rosso, Gamba in the Renault, Luan in the McLaren. It's quite surprising to see him there. Curtis in the Super Aguri, Broster in the Red Bull, and Walji in the Williams. Just trying to connect the names. It's kind of hard actually because I'm used to that once in Formula 1. Now I have to get used to a completely new set of names. And drivers to Joseph, we just need to connect the dots. But I'll manage to do this somehow. As I'm now looking at Luan in his McLaren in one of the faster cars. We'll see if he can get out of Q2. Or will we get another shocker? Like we did with Graf. He comes across the line. Yes, he's still in 13th. And now Luan desperately has to send an improvement. So Couch goes up to 3rd. The man in the Renault. His teammate right now sitting in 12th. Barachki up to 5th. Because Barachki also a very familiar face in Formula 1 world. In ACOC. The two-time world champion now. Possibly in the top 2 best whereas ACOC is the bait that's up there with the likes of Johansson or Graf. I think Curtis is an improvement, but he's still people here for who gets to be saved, and pretty much set a statement here, and he's up to 7th, putting himself safely. Now he there is at risk in the for Q2. We'll see what these drivers will be able to bring us. Broster, Gamba, Luan, and Walji in the elimination zone. So I have to check something real quick. Apparently my internet is not acting properly, although it should. I hope it's acting properly now. Or it might be just me talking quickly, to be honest. Might be me talking quickly. But nonetheless, I think my voice was causing the lags. Because I do tend to talk quickly, so I'll try to make myself understandable. Now Luan has slipped into 15th, which is a sight we're not used to seeing if you're in a McLaren. In 2007, of course. But even if we're real life Formula 1, McLaren being a very competent team, getting constant Q3s. But with an even better car back then in 2007, Luan certainly has a better job to do. And right now, this could be his final lap if he doesn't decide to go into the pits. So we'll see what he can make out of it. As he's right now in sector 3, and now we see Sar coming across the line. He's in the Ferrari. He's 9th right now. He's not coming across the line. That was a straight. It's kind of easy to mistake. Now he's gonna come across the line when he rounds off the corner. Flies down the straight. His time will be a 1:37.1, and then shoots him right up the order, up into 1st. It's very close to 1:56 as the checkered flag flies. Luan is not enough to get into Q3. He's only up to 12. That's not a sight we'd like to see for Amanda McLaren as well. Proster in his Red Bull will now go around the final corner. Quite the impact on round there, as it is quite a round one. Gonna go across the line, and it's 6th. He's up into Q3. Knocks Manik to 10th, and Hidat is in 11th. Let's see what Walji can do. He's sitting in 16th right now. Can he get himself to Q3? Oh, yes, he can! He's up to 2nd. What a statement there, as Materia, his teammate, stays in 3rd. Quite a good result for... no, not Materia, it's not his teammate, I'm sorry. I mistook them. But still, Materia stays in 3rd, consistently up there. He was in Q1 as well. Now I'm looking at Mandic. One more position, and he would be getting into Q3. It's a matter of 4 thousandths of a second. Let's see if he can improve, even by 5, which is all he needs. As he's gonna come across the line, and he doesn't improve. So Smith not for now. Smith will go into Q3, and knocked out. Now I need to tell you, is the Williams and the as I've been notified that my connection is a bit bad, so I'm trying to sort of fix it. I do know that it's back, but I just want to keep it from happening, so I'll get my good buddy Task Manager to close an app down for me, if it does anything. Nonetheless, we're gonna wait for the Q3 to start. First Q3 of this off championship we're doing. I don't know how to call it, to be honest. I'm kind of confused about it. How would you guys call it? You can tell in the screen chat or something how you would call this, but I'm quite torn about it. I guess we can leave it up to creativity, because that's what it's all about. And now I do hope that my quality is a bit better. We're back for the first ever Q3 of this off season. Once again, I don't know how to call it. I'll just call it off championship. Call it off. No, we call it mini championship. Yeah, mini championship works. It's not mini, but it's a championship. So there we go. The first Q3 of this mini championship, we will decide who will get the first pole. The first of 12, of course. We have 12 rounds, as already mentioned. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but yeah, I think I did. That we do have a GP2 tier, which will be streamed as well. So if your driver is in GP2, don't fear. You'll get some screen time as well. We have a lot of more drivers there, 26 to be exact. And we only race 8 rounds there. As of course, it correlates to real life where Formula 2 doesn't race as much rounds as Formula 1. Well, if you exclude the format of sprint races and feature races. But even then, let's just say venues. They don't go to as much venues as Formula 1 does. But yeah, don't worry about it. If your driver is in GP2, you're gonna get just as much screen time as the Formula 1 drivers. But for now, we're gonna focus on Q3. Here in Q3, the drivers only have 8 minutes to set the best lap time they can, which proves the mindset that there's no margin for error, especially in Q3 where the stakes are even higher, because here the top 10 gets decided, and that's where the spicy part is. So now we head on board with Nikhil Walji in his Williams, going down the main straight. We'll see what he can do. I guess with the lap time we can go off our 137s. One thing I'd like to see is if we can get a 136. I'll see if they can prove me right, and then we'll get such a time. Although till then, I think the best lap time remains a 137.132, if my memory is correct. I hope it is. That would be pretty cool if I reminded that. But other than that, 137, a low 137 is what we're looking for, or a 137 in the middle. Now then, as you can see, 5 minutes left only of qualifying, and no driver set a lap. So realistically, I think we'll get about 2, in the best case, 3 laps from the drivers, and one of those laps will be the deciding one for them, and also for our pole sitter, which we'll still have to find out. As Walji is currently heading through Sector 3 into, as I've already mentioned, a very fast set of corners. Left, right, every time. And now, as we have seen many times today, gonna head onto the first straight, then followed by the second and the main straight. The second, also known as the main straight, I'm sorry. He heads down around the corner. We'll see what our first lap time will look like now. So, Nico, Walji, what do you have for us? You have a 1:37.7. I'd say that's quite a solid lap time. Let's see what the others respond to Nico here. As I think we have 3 cars, but only one of them on a lap. Yeah, only one of them on a lap, and that's Smith, 1:38.8, so 1 second off of Walji. Charles Scheinert, 1:57.8, 1/10 off of Walji there. So Scheinert being in the Toyota as well, pretty solid. I'm gonna go on the Formula 2007 wiki to give you an idea of which teams were the competent ones. I mean, of course, all were competent because we've been getting Formula 1 in the first place. But teams at the top back then were Ferrari, BMW, Sauber, and Renault. Of course, McLaren as well, but they were disqualified back then because of a scandal. I think it was related to Ferrari and sharing documents, but we'll not get too much into detail of that. Not because I don't want to, but because I don't have enough information about it. But nonetheless, Fraser was set at 1:57.6. Sorry for missing that, but I don't miss this one. It's 1:56.6 for Pavo Sar. So now we have Sar, Fraser, and Walji making up top 3, all in the 1:36 Pavo Sar. Now I've actually reread it, and it's an insane lap time from Pavo Sar. 1 second clear of Daniel Fraser. Now that's gonna take a lot of work to beat. Socki there in 8th, 1:39.1. But yeah, as I was saying, we had McLaren on top, Ferrari on top. BMW Sauber was quite competent as well. Toyota got one. They got 2 podiums. Toyota got 1 podium. Red Bull even got 1 podium. That's how the grid looked back then. Materia now 1:57.6, beats out Fraser up to the top 3. Materia has been actually pretty consistent in these qualifying sessions. It wouldn't surprise me if he get pole. Let's see if he'll be able to prove worthy of that pole by setting a lap time as good as Pavo Sar's one. Parachki now second, 1:57.4. Fraser comes across the line, he stays in 4th. Still with the 1:57.6, which up until 2 minutes ago, 1 was the pole time. That's how things. That's how fast things unfold, and not the other way around. It's how fast unfold. My God, my English. But nonetheless, Sauer's come back to the pits, so I don't think he'll set any more laps. I think he's pretty confident with that one, and I would be as well. 1:36.6, about 8 times clear of Parachki. That's gonna take a lot of work to beat. All 10 drivers have set lap times, by the way. Only Socki in the 1:39s, although I think he is on a lap right now, trying to set an improvement. I think we have somebody coming across the line, that's Socki. Let's see what his lap time will be, getting an improvement. No, he can't. Although he's still in Q3, being in 10th, still quite a good result. Although I think he does wish to go a bit higher, as does everyone here. Boji back into the pits as well. With the time remaining, I doubt he'll set another lap, and he wouldn't even have time to go out for one. Materia improved up to second, 1:57.3. Still a long way off Paavo Sara's lap time. Now let's see if Parash gives a response to Materia and they'll switch positions again. The two teammates as well. Quite a good result for BMW Sauber. This would be right now. As he rounds the final corner. We've seen this many times today. Although, how will it prove to be this time? Will it be an improvement? No, it's not. It was a 1:57. I'm not sure which one. But he stays behind Materia. Daniel Fraser now 1:57.5. It's an improvement. But it's not enough to get a positional improvement. Now in 4, 3, 2, 1, and now the checker flag falls. So any lap after this, anything in the pits, done. So Saad, Walji, and Broster won't set any more laps. We have Socky here looking to at least beat up Aiden Smith. Smith on a 1:58.8, Socky on a 1:59.1. I guess he'd like a better time. As now he's gonna round the final corner, as you already heard me say this sentence a lot of times. He comes across the line now, and it's an improvement. 1:38.4, gets himself one position up. Very solid. Materia is not on lap; he's in pits. Sukauskas, he's going to set a lap as well. Let's see, he's in 7th right now. Can he get himself up? He can't. It's only 7 for him. Now then, Parachki. He's in 3rd right now. He would certainly like to be in 2nd. And he would certainly love to be in 1st. Although with a lap time that hard to beat, I doubt that's gonna happen. But I'm willing to be proved wrong. And I'm sorry there, but that's the end of qualifying. Paavo Sar with an exceptional lap time gets himself up into pole position. Materia 2nd and Parashki 3rd, the two BMW Saubers. And now then we're gonna compile the full grid so that I can tell you the full results that qualifying has brought us going into the race. But yeah, that's quite a dominant qualifying session from Paavo Sar, one that I did not expect. Graf, of course, his teammate has got an uphill race. Meanwhile, Paavo Sar with that lap time, I think he's looking quite confident. The only man to set a 1:56. Quite interesting as well. We'll see if his pace carries on onto the race. By the way, one thing I have to mention about the point system, but I think you guys notice, the fastest lap doesn't give you an extra point, unlike the format that has been used since 2019. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys noticed, but just as a heads up, as I've actually grown quite used to the fastest lap point, it's quite nice actually. I think it does actually sometimes make a difference as well. But yeah, of course, for this edition, 2007, we're trying to be as accurate as possible, so no fastest lap point. But we're still, I'm not sure if we're going to keep track of the fastest laps. But if not, then not. But if yes, then you'll see your result in bold. No, you won't. I think it's at the top of the results. Yes, it is. I'm quite confusing myself actually. Doesn't matter. Either way, Paavo Sar is our first man to get pole position in this mini championship here. Paavo Sar, who I think is in Super Formula, but there's a lot of drivers that we have in ACOC, so it's quite hard to know which ones are where and which are not. But I'm pretty sure he's in Super Formula. I am quite sure. And if not, then I'm sorry, Paavo Sar. I don't know if I'm rating you better or lower. But I'm pretty sure you'll be happy to hear that you've scored a pole position. And quite a dominant one as well. But also I have to say, good result from the BMW Saubers. 2nd and 3rd. Very solid. I think Toro Rosso got a... No, that wasn't Toro Rosso. But nonetheless, now we do have the grid. Paavo Sar lines up on pole position. followed by the two BMW Saubers, with Material being the leading one and Prashki in third. Then we have Daniel Fraser in the fourth, and Nicky Volgi in fifth, Josh Scheinert in sixth, followed by Aiden Smith in seventh, Zukashkas in eighth. Then we have Alex Broster and Axel Socki in the Red Bulls, sitting 9th and 10th. Now, outside the top 10, we find Thomas Mandic, Adam Hidayat, Alex Luan in the McLaren, surprisingly, not as high as his teammate, only in 13th. Aaron Curtis finds himself in 14th, Trent Blount in 15th, and Gamba in 16th. And then to the Q1 eliminees, we have Roman Shotanus, Jafari Blackwood, another very big surprise, Dennis Graf in 19th. Then we have Jimenez in 20th, and then the two teammates of Will Parrish and McIntyre line up 21st and 22nd. Now then, soon enough, we'll see all the 6 lights going red. 1, 2, 3, 4, soon enough. Yeah, the engines are roaring, tensions are high, and now the lights will go out for the Malaysian Grand Prix. It's a good start by Sal, but a very good one by Material as well, as he lines up on the inside for the first turn. Can he get the move into turn 1? Sar is going to try and defend on the outside, and now Material is taking the lead of the Grand Prix. Sar is being attacked by Volgi as well. Material is the new race leader. Parachka dropped some places, he's getting challenged by Fraser. But very good stuff by Volgi as well, but very good stuff by Material. Volgi is now challenging Sar, who after a dominant qualifying might lose 2 places as well, and he's now being attacked on the inside, which then will turn to the outside, but I think he's kept second. Although we have Fraser and Parachki battling. Parachki did drop a few places, one behind Volgi. Fraser dropped 1 place as well. Now that we're battling for 4th, Fraser has to give in. Luan moves up 2 positions, so he's improving. Graf moved up 2 positions as well, because they have a car that performs a bit better than the others here. Graf now as well tries to move down the outside. Curtis tries to move down the inside of Trent Blount. There's a bit of contact there as well, but that was pretty wide there between Gamba and Shotanus, I'm pretty sure, and Graf. Now we see Broster and Mandic going head to head, toe to toe. Broster on the inside. Broster has Mandic lost a ring, I think, or maybe it's a visual bug, I'm not sure, either of that. But we're gonna look. Oh, Gamba is retired. Okay, now we have to look at the replay here at the start as well. We're going to look at. I'm not sure who was the one who lost. Yeah, it was. Okay, we're going to look at Gamba. Oh yeah, Gamba's had an accident. He's out of the race. And this is a similar mistake to qualifying, if you remember. He also spun out, and he's out of the race. That corner seems to be quite a dangerous one for Gamba. And now he's retired. That's our first retirement for this series. Russell now still battling with Mandic. I'm not sure if that missing rear wing has any effect on performances for him. But the wing is a bug. I've just been confirmed, so don't worry about it. Now Broster goes down the inside of the first turn, and we have a spinner there. Oh, that's big contacts as well. Oh, I think that's Parachki who spun. Now we have to get a replay of that. Oh, we completely missed this. As he was on the inside. I think, yeah, he was defending from Fraser, and now... did he have contact with Fraser? Oh yeah, he did. Small contact into turn 1 with Fraser, and he gets spun round. He's back into the race, but now down to 9th. And he's fighting Zukauskas for 8th. So he might not lose one more position that he would have. But no, Parachki has to back down, and Zukauskas gets the position. Not the start of the race Parachki was hoping for after qualifying so well. Now he's got Luan in the tail. Luan, of course, now I would be saying he's in the points, but he's not, as the top 8, I remind you, are the points. So Parachki just dropped out of them. Quite fortunately for Zukauskas, as he now is, that he would be earning 1 point. Now Broster is challenging Luan. So Red Bull v McLaren, although it was quite an unusual thing back then here in 2007. Broster trying to look for the outside, the inside. Now we have another battle. It's Shotanus v Curtis, I'm pretty sure. Yes, they're going side by side. Shotanus on the outside. Oh, very close racing there, but respectful as well. Shotanus, can he get the place? As his teammate Hidat is trying to get a place as well. It's a Spiker double combo on the Toro Rosso and the Super Aguri there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Super Aguri. Now Parrish is setting, pretty sure that's Parrish that's setting Curtis under pressure. Curtis could be dropping to 19th here. Although I think he's defending quite well on the inside. Now we head onto the straight. It's a drag race, but it's a drag race here as well between Graf and Socchi. Graf on the outside with his Ferrari. What can he do here now? Can he get the move on the outside and then maybe try it down the inside into the following turn 2? He does. He is ahead. Is he fully though? Yes, now he is fully ahead, and that brings Graf up to 13th. Quite a good comeback drive from him right now, from 19th. Of course, he shouldn't have been starting there, but still a good comeback drive he's pulling off right now in 3 laps only. Very, very solid, I have to say. Also, have to mention, yeah, that's thank you for the progress, cameraman. We always appreciate you. That's Mandic who made up 4 positions. Parajki lost 6, of course, after contact. Graf made up 6. Hidayat lost 4, and Curtis as well lost 4. Luan also making up 3 places. Man who started a bit lower than he should have. Now we're looking at Blackwood, who made up 3 places. He is fighting Hidayat, who lost them, but is trying to get them back. She saw them fighting earlier on. Materia still in the lead. He's gained a 2.4 second lead on the Pausar after getting it on the first lap. Now we have Broster getting all the sleep stream he can from Alex Luan. Let's see if he can try to move. If he's gonna line up the move coming out of the final corner and then into the first corner. As we're gonna head onto lap 4. We're looking at last place Jimenez here. And now back to Shotanos, and even further up to Graf. Graf chasing Tremblant for 12th. He tries to go down the inside. There's just a look there. Had the look, didn't work out. But he's very close to the Tremblant there in the Toro Rosso. Now we head to Shawshinat fighting Smith for 5th. Shawshinat in the Toyota actually doing a very good job. I think the Toyota were more of a midfield car, but still staying in 6th right now. Very solid stuff. His teammate Mandic, although is right behind him, so Toyota actually would be scoring very good points here. But Shawshinat is looking to improve that and get his team an additional point by taking 5th from Smith. Or actually they might be fighting each other, as Mandic tried a very, very late move down the inside of Shawshinat. I'm not sure he even saw that coming. Although no contact was made. I think Luan and Broster are now fighting as well. I think Broster actually made a... yeah, he made the move. So that's Broster up into 10th. Surpassing the one McLaren. Now we head to the other McLaren. On board with Daniel Fraser, as he's chasing Nikhil Volji for the final podium spot. And that's a very late move, but it doesn't end up being a move. It's a very late lunge. Down the inside, he tried there. And so does Shawshinat onto Smith. Oh, it's going to be a drag race to the first turn. Although Smith has a better exit. But now, Shawshinat actually seems to be getting a lot of pace. So now into the first turn, who will end up getting 5th? Seems like Shawshinat has it, but Smith is very much on his inside. Now to his outside, and Shawshinat has it, I think. And Shawshinat has secured 5th place. He has. Now we head back to Parajki. Unfortunate to have that spin earlier on. Now he's trying to fight Zukashkas to get at least 1 point out of this race. He is half a second behind him. Of course, as you know here, there's no DRS to aid you. It's all about how you take the corners and how you exit the corners. And also about slipstream. Of course, DRS would have made an overtake very easier now. But that's also a challenge that used to be back then. Now we head onto Zukashkas as he tries a late lunge down the inside of Mandic. It seems like turn 9 is quite a popular spot to try and move down the inside, although not many have succeeded. Wasn't concerned. You keep looking at Zukashkas, he's also half a second behind Mandic. That's quite a big trade of cars here. Sari's a bit in his own world. as he's 3 seconds ahead of Walji, but 3 seconds behind Materia after losing P1 at the start, nearly losing P3 as well. Materia now set the fastest lap as well, so Materia is out there really flying. Very solid stuff from the Polish man. He has a 3.5 second gap onto Pausar. We're on to lap 6. Out of 25. Just to, if you haven't seen it already. Now we're gonna look at Broster, who is trying to take 9th away from Parachki. Maybe Parachki with a bit of damage from beforehand after that spin, who knows. Although he's not happy to be 9th, that's for sure. Now Broster has some options here to try and move, but I'm not sure. Sector 1 is has many overtaking spots. Best he can do now is stay behind as much as he can. We head back to a very interesting battle here as well for the final spot on the podium. It's Daniel Fraser v Nikhil Walji. It's the man in the McLaren versus the man in the Williams. They're heading. Oh, see, as I told you, turn 9, they like to go down the inside. They don't end up making a move. Yeah, Fraser is underneath 1 second, so even without DRS being underneath a second is quite a solid gap to be in. And we're looking at Parashka as well, very close behind Zukashkas. He wants to take at least 1 point away from the Lithuanian and add 1 point to himself. Gonna see if he's able to do that. As if he does any mistake, I'm sure Alex Proster there is willing to take advantage of that and take his 9th spot right away from him. Now we are on lap 7. As I think perhaps he went a bit wide there as well, so now Broster very much has a real chance of going for a move. I don't think he had a bit of a weak exit. Not sure if he'll be able to try and move down into turn 1, although he might be able to prove me wrong. As there we go, Mandic tries to move to Smith. He's trying to join his teammate for the 5-6 instead of a 5-7. Although it doesn't quite pull it off, I think the better spot to be in turn 3 is the inside. No, turn 2, I'm sorry. Quite certainly is the inside. Now Mandic has very much put himself a threat to Hayden Smith. Hayden Smith would like to join Nikhil Walji in the upper spots of the race order right now. Although he has failed to fend off one of the Toyotas, and now the other one is putting a lot of pressure on him. They will still be scoring points, both of them, but I'm sure he'd like to be up there as well. Let's see how this race unfolds though, as it's still quite a long one, and it's far from over. Now Mandic has lifted off the gas, well, not literally, but in a pressure type of way, as he isn't pressuring him as much as he did some seconds before. However, that might change very soon, as he's still very much really close to the Irishman. However, Zukashkas is very close to him as well, so in a train like this you have to watch out for any mistakes, and you'll get overtaken by multiple cars at a time. And that's not what you want to happen. Now when we look at Luan fighting against Broster, he lost the position to the Brit once before this race, and now it's looking like he could get it back, get himself back in the top 10, landing a move up down the inside. I think he braked later. Will that prove to his advantage? He's now on the outside. I think though the inside is more advantageous to Broster than it proves to be, as he fenced off the position quite cleverly from a late braking Alex Luan. Very good defending there from the Brit. So the Vietnamese driver has a lot more work to do in the following laps. But I'm trying to look through battle strokes, scanning through the field. Graf hasn't moved up a lot since getting 13th. He's trying to chase Trent Long, who separates him from another man in the compact race, Alex Luan, who did start 13th, right where Graf is now. He goes for the popular late launch into turn 9, doesn't succeed, as most of the drivers haven't as well. Although I guess it's more of a signal to tell the driver in front of you, hey, I'm here, don't count me out. And I'm sure I wouldn't be comfortable having a Ferrari behind me either if I was in a Toro Rosso, but Of course, the car doesn't mean anything if you're in a train like this. Well, it does mean something, but means a bit less. And it also comes down to driver's skill. We don't have to forget about that. In a train like this, you can very cleverly use the slipstream to your advantage sometimes. But so can the drivers in front of you. So there's pros and cons. As now Luan will try to get some slipstream from Broster, as he's backed off now a bit after trying a move earlier on then. Yeah, no move now this time around, or maybe there was. He had an idea, not quite able to pull it off, as he was quite a far way off of Broster. Not sure a move would have happened there, and if it would have happened, he would have ended the contact. Quite sure. Now then we're on to lap 9. Roughly 1/3 of the race done. Just saying roughly because it's a very rough calculation in my head I just made there, but nonetheless. So just have to cough a bit there as my throat is a bit sore. Sorry for leaving you on a quiet there. But now we're back. Alex Luan still signals to Broster that he's very much behind him. I don't think taking the inside there is very advantageous for the Vietnamese driver, who I think is currently in Formula 2 in the actual ACOC. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Now we go to turn Blunt and we go a bit further up to Parachki, who has been chasing Tsukashi for quite a while now. He wants to make that move for 8th happen, and at least try and get one point back from the race, who was a bit sabotaged. I'm not sure if it was by himself or by contact. Either way, that spin did quite ruin it. But Broster now, quite aggressive defending there by Parachki. Broster probably got a bit, wasn't sure where to go, so he defended like that. But now this allows for Luan to go for a move down the inside. Not sure if he wants to go down the outside or the inside. He decides for the inside. Now there's side by side into the corner, although it has proven that the inside line into turn 2 gives you a lot of advantages. Will it be the same time? Will it be the same once again? No, it's not, because Luan on the inside of turn 3, that's what you need to do. You need to hang onto the inside of turn 3 and you might be able to get the move. But no, because Broster is very much onto his outside, so Parachki might get thrown into the mix if he backs down to them. Luan now on the outside, he's trying everything to get the move down into Broster, but Broster defends cleverly once again. Excellent defending from the Brit, and the battle between them rages on, as Tremblant and Graf have very much closed in onto the man in the McLaren. So now he has to worry more about defense than offense. That's how quickly things change in motorsport, and it's quite interesting to see. As Graf goes for a very late move onto the inside of Tremblant, that's one of the few times I thought that move was going to work. However, it did not once again, but Graf is very close to do. This is a very big train of cars we have here. I think it ranges from 15th all the way up from to 10th. Not quite sure, or to 7th even. But yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a gap in between. So now we have Soki. I think he's trying to move down the inside of Graf. Graf defends the inside line. Soki now will probably try and move down the main straight. We'll have to see. He's got Blackwood behind him as well. And I think now Blackwood will go into a move onto Soki. He's gonna try it down the inside. It's the Red Bull team versus the sister team. Who comes out on top? Looks like Blackwood has got quite a good line on the outside. Now it turns to the inside for turn 3. Who will it be? Will it be the sister team or the older sister team? I'm not sure how to call them. Blackwood seems to have quite a good run. Now onto the inside, but I think the outside is quite advantageous on this turn. So I think Soki's got it. Yeah, he has defended well, and it puts Blackwood back into 15th. Very nice battle to see here today, and you should really love to see it. Now we look at Graf, who has halted his comeback drive, gaining 6 positions. He can't seem to get past Tremblant. Still, he has about 15 laps to do so. But then again, one lap is 140, and 1 minute and 40 around They seem like a long time if you add them up, but you just add them up times 15. But trust me, they'll fly by in nothing. Now we head back to the back markers. You see McIntyre and Parrish, the two Hondas fighting each other. I think this is when Honda had that Earth livery, I'm pretty sure. Which is why it looks a bit odd. I'm not sure. I think there was a team that used once had an Earth livery. I'm not sure which one Honda is here. Pardon me if I'm wrong, but it just looks like that to me. Now Mandich was trying a move onto Smith. Graf is trying a move onto Tremblant. He's on the inside. Maybe he's trying to do a switchback. No, he stays on the outside line. I think tried an exit, didn't quite work out, and he has to start from scratch once again, as he has had to many times against Tremblant here. Good defending by the Luxembourg driver. Luxembourgese driver. Luxembourgian, yeah, probably Luxembourgian. Although he's from Luxembourg, that's for sure. Now we head back to the top 10, specifically to Mandich v Smith. Shoshino has pulled off a gap to Smith. Now it's just those two, Mandich and Smith, as he tries to move down the inside. Sukashkas might join the party as well, if he really is keen on doing so. As I think now Mandich has backed off a bit from Smith, and now Zukashka is going to try and put pressure onto Mandich. Mandich has been trying to join his teammate who's there in 5th to maybe catch up to him and make a 5-6 for Toyota. Would be quite a nice sight to see in the Toyota garages. For now though, it hasn't yet happened yet, and he's being put under pressure by Zukashkas. Have a nice battle for 6th here between Zukashkas, Mandich and Smith. We go on board with Zukashkas as he's gonna head round the final corner onto the straight to make it lap 13 for them. As I think he has I think the gap to Mandich is a bit too big. No dive bomb as well. Wasn't really possible. Although he does close the gap by quite a lot. Now Broster and Parachki are going head to head as well. Parachki has to back off. He tries the inside line this time. No, it's Broster, sorry. Broster tries the inside line now. Parachki is defending. Didn't quite work out. So Broster has to settle for 10th once again. Trying to look for a lot of battles in this field here today. Also worth a mention, Materia has a 7-second gap onto Pavosar. Looking like the race lead won't be a topic for a lot of laps now here. Now then, we're still looking at Broster. He has kept the gap steady and close to Parashki, who tries to move down the inside there. It doesn't work out, as we've seen many times before. Now he's lost a bit of time. He has to watch out for Laurent behind him and turn Blanc potentially. Now we're still following Broster as our race leader heads on to lap 13. It's roughly halfway the race. A bit further than halfway, as halfway was about at 12 laps or 13. But yeah, we're at the halfway point of the race. Although I don't know if it has flown by or not. But what I do know is that these cars are certainly flying down the straight, and we do love to see that side. As Soki now seems like we try and move the Graf, but I think for the time being stays behind. Mandich, who has set a new best lap for himself, doesn't try and move down the inside, although there was certainly a gap. Problem is he was too far away from it. Now he stayed close to the Irishman in front. Graf chasing Tremblant, and Soki being right behind him. Followed then by Blackwood as well. Mandich now once again is being very close to Smith. He's leaving him truly no time to breathe, not anything to breathe. Not even oxygen at this point. He's trying his very best to catch up to his teammate Shoshino. Shoshino too has pulled off a good gap to Smith. It's 3 seconds. So Mandich doesn't have to worry about anyone beating him slipstream. But he does have to worry about Sukashka sitting there behind him, 6/10 behind. As you see in the corners, he closes in very much, especially in this turn. As I think now Zukashkas is putting... Yeah, Mandich has lost a lot of time in that turn. Now Zukashkas is putting him under pressure. We're heading through sector 3. We go left and then we'll go right and then right again. onto the straight. The exit of this turn will be essential. Sukashka is very close. He's going to use the position to his advantage. Let's go on board with him right now, the Lithuanian man in the Renault. Let's see how the exit around the final corner. Oh, we tried to have a look there. Let's just a look though and state that. Now I think he's pulled a bit. Yeah, I think the gap is too big. Mandic had a good exit. Let's have a look if he tries to move down the inside. Doesn't seem like it. Although he did have a look. Once again, drivers today like having a look here. And Graf is having a look there certainly onto Leon Tremblant. He goes down the inside now. Isn't quite alongside him. His front wing was on the height of his rear wing, approximately. Now he's back behind Tremblant. We're gonna stay on board with him if we see any more attempts. Not one here down the inside, although he brings himself closer. He's staying close there behind Tremblant. Graf, who definitely has to get some more positions after gaining a lot of positions in the first lap and the second, has halted behind Leon Tremblant. Props to him, he has defended quite well. To the man in a Ferrari written in bold, because it is the fastest car out there, the fastest one, but in the top 2 for sure. Now that I think situation has calmed down here once again, so Graf will have to try another time, if he even gets another time, because Socki is right behind him. Instead of gaining a place, he might lose one to the Red Bull of Axel Stock here, the Norwegian driver. Would like to catch up to the man in the sister team, Leon Tremblant up there, as we head back to 20th. The battle for 19th here, McIntyre v Parrish. Of course, we have to see the battles in the back marks as well, as it can be just as interesting as ones at the front. The two Hondas fighting. Yeah, McIntyre and Parrish fighting for just P19. Of course, not the best day for Honda today. But I guess they're trying to make it a bit more fun by fighting each other. Although they could still try and maybe get Curtis at least. For now then, they'll have a fight. Although it hasn't quite come to fruition just yet. So the water is still calm. McIntyre didn't quite try an aggressive one to Parrish just yet. Stays behind for now. So looking through the field, the gaps are the same we've seen for the past few laps. Sukashka seems close to Mandic. Maybe he can try and move eventually, but we've seen that many times before. Now then, we're gonna head into that is turn 9. You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna try and move down the inside, and it doesn't work out once again. Not sure they're quite understanding the memo yet. Valkas now drops back to 0.7 seconds. Again, worth a mention, now the gap between Material and Saar is of 11 seconds, as Material set a 1:39.1, the new fastest lap. A very good job today here by the Polishman. He's unbothered by anyone after taking that first position with a very strong start, first turn. We cut back to the battle for 19th between the two Hondas. McIntyre being the one to chase Parrish. This is actually, I think, the closest battle here yet. Well, not yet, but it's the closest battle we have on track right now. Pretty sure? Yeah, I am actually right. As now they're gonna head into lap 17, as has the rest of the field. Though I think McIntyre is once again too far back to try and move. We cut back to Dennis Graf, who, as you've known for quite a few laps now, has been chasing Leon Tremblant, unsuccessfully though. As we are on to lap 17, the time's running out for these drivers. Soon enough it will be lap 18 when Materia crosses the line, for the 18th time, of course. Blond is actually going to try and move down the inside of Ruan there. This could turn into a freeway battle between Ruan, Tremblant and Graf. We'll see how it unfolds. As we haven't seen an overtake for quite a while now. Maybe the latest stage of the race. And actually, I correct myself. McIntyre has finally gotten past Parrish. We'll have to see a replay of that. As going into turn 9, has he made the inside work? No, but Parrish tried to move down the inside of Curtis, and that allowed for McIntyre to swoop around the outside, and there you go. That's him up into 19th. Simple but effective move, and the Hondas have switched places. So we are on lap 18, we cut back to Graf. We've seen this scene many times before. He's chasing turn blonde. He's close, but not close enough for a move. We look at Soki, who he maybe is close enough for a move to Graf. He set a new personal best as well this lap. He heads into the corner. It doesn't seem likely that he's getting a move done. Yeah, nope. He stays behind once again. Blackwood on his tail as well. Has stayed there for quite a while. We cut back to McIntyre. Or maybe he's on a bit of a run here. He's got in one position. Now he's looking to get a second for 18th. On to Curtis. Although the next car after that is Shortness, who is 4 seconds off Curtis. So that'll be a long time to make up, but at least he can try to get 18th. I think that's what he tried to do in the next coming laps. We cut back to Blackwood. He's chasing Soki. He doesn't have to worry about Hilliard behind him. He's 2.7 seconds behind, so he can completely focus on attack. And I think that's what he's doing as well. He's trying his best though, as he hasn't quite gotten the move past Norwegian. We cut back to Zukauskas. He's chasing Mandic. Mandic has actually not pressured Smith in a while now. Now it's more him being pressured, so the tables have turned for the creation. Zukauskas here on the last straight. As they're gonna head onto the main straight now then. Around the final corner, let's see how their exits look like. It's gonna make a bit of big difference. As Blackwood here goes for a move down the inside of Soki. Are they gonna line up side by side for the main straight? Yes, they will. Blackwood on the outside. I think that could actually lead to a move, as it then will turn into the inside in turn 2. He tries to stick around the outside. He has to try to move down the inside now. He has tried it. He has to get a good exit to get past Soki. Now they're side by side. He's on the outside. Can Blackwood make the place and then challenge Graf for 13th? As he's now on the outside. Let's see what Blackwood will give us. Will he give us a move? Yes or no? The answer is yes. Coming out of that small uphill, Blackwood is up into 14th. Good stuff from the Jamaican as he overtakes the Norwegian. I think that was actually a battle between the Red Bulls. Yeah, it was a battle between the Red Bulls. The Toro Rosso versus the main team, I think. Yeah, that was right. They are quite similar though, so forgive me. McIntyre now is chasing still after Curtis. Turn 9, let's see. Can he maybe pull off this move? He's quite close, but no, he hasn't pulled it off once again. We cut back to Mandic. Now he's cut back up to Smith. It's been quite a while now that we've seen him pressure him. Let's see how they look like coming out the final turn, as the exit will make a big difference. We're on to lap 20, so we get into the 20s. Not much time left for these drivers. This is the time I like to call, for you old people, you don't know it, for the new people, I like to call this now or never. That's what I call the last few 5 laps of the race. The last few laps of the race, because it's just a cooler way to call it. And it is pretty much now or never, because then the race ends, as you know. And now we go back to McIntyre, sitting in 19th. Can he make it 18th? Into the inside, that's a very late move. Might be an effective one as well. Curtis keeps the inside line. McIntyre on the outside there, but then could not keep the inside line going into turn 3, so he has to settle for 19th once again. What about here into turn 4? Nope, he stays behind, good defense by Curtis. So it stays 19th once again for McIntyre. Now we cut back to Buster. Him and Luan are having a bit of a Not physical battle yet, but they are within battling range. Materia set a new fastest lap. It's 14 seconds now from Pavosal. Karachki, who has a 5/10 gap with the Kauskas and a 5/1 ahead of Buster. Now we cut back to McIntyre. It's a bit of a train here in the bottom 4. As McIntyre has been looking to get past Curtis for quite a while now. With a few laps since he got past the teammate. And he's trying to make +1. Problem is he hasn't been quite able to get that though. And now Parrish might have pressure onto his teammate here. Let's see, down the inside, down the outside, let's see what he will do. No, he stays behind for now. Maybe landing it up for the main straight and then into turn 1. Let's see how close he is, although I'm not sure if that's enough to attack. Maybe it is. Seems to be close enough. My questions will have an answer now into turn 1. And no, not a move, but it's a move from McIntyre onto Curtis. Doesn't seem successful though. Yeah, and he stays behind once again. Quite unfortunate, but it's close racing here, as you see. Even if it's not for a higher position, we see racing everyone. That's what we love to see. Now that Honda teammates are a bit fighting a bit here. Parrish trying to move down the inside. McIntyre quickly covered the inside line. And now he's trying to chase after Aaron Curtis once again. If I'm looking to the field, let's see some battles that we can find. We can find one here, maybe. Maybe now will be the time that we see... Oh, actually, Zukauska's getting past Mandic. As he has once again a bit of a bigger gap to Smith now. Heading into turn 14. Now onto the main straight. No, not the main straight, the back straight. Although don't let Parachki out. He's 2 tenths behind Zukauska. Now I think we might see a move down the inside. Yes, we do. The man in the Sauber. He goes down the inside into the final corner. Will he get the move down before the corner, or will they go side by side? They will go side by side. Onto the main straight now. It's lap 22. Parashki seems to have a bit of an edge onto the Kauskas. He might finally be able to get himself back into the points. He's onto the outside. Can he keep the outside? We have to see. He has to try to move down the inside. Mike wants to make it work. He does. It's close racing here for the final points paying spot. Parashki is on the outside. Can he finally get the move down to Kauskas? No, he can't yet. They're still side by side. Now into turn 4. The outside line could make a difference. And does it make a difference? Yes, it does. Parashki is up into 8th. And the points once again. Very close racing here now. Zukauska is certainly not happy with that. He's gonna try his best to get that position back. But good battling between the two of them. And now the new order is Parashki 8th and Zukauska's 9th. Let's see if Parashki might try and chase after Mandic. Let's see what he can do. The usual look on the inside here. And actually, Zukauska's is gonna get it back somehow. Is he gonna get 8th back fully? Yes, he does. Yeah, Parashki misjudged that corner, did get a bad accident. Now Zukauska's out of nowhere is back into 8th. And if I think something tells me that the battling hasn't ended yet, we might see some of it in the next coming laps. I'd like to remind you, it's lap 23 out of 25, so not much time remaining. As Zukauska's now sees the rear end of Mandic once again, but maybe not for long, because Mandic is gonna try to move down the inside of Smith onto the last turn. He's on the outside. Can he make it work now? Can he finally join his teammate and make it a 5-6 for Toyota? As they head down the straight, he's on the outside, which has proven to be more effective into turn 1. Onto the inside now. I think he might get it before turn 3. Yes, he has. And that's Mandic finally, after many, and I repeat, many laps, finally gets himself up into 6th and now could chase after his teammate. Many position changes here now. That's why I call it now or never, because the drivers do tend to feel like it's now or never. And they try moves left, right, center, up top, wherever you want it. Wherever you want them, at any time. And that's what we love about this. Now then we're gonna have a look at Buster. He's quite close to Parachki. So is Luan to him. The small train here that has been living since the start of the race pretty much. Let's see, Broster doesn't try to move down the inside, although Luan does. I think that move down the inside just destabilizes you. Tremblant maybe to try and have a look onto Luan, but Graf is also having a look onto Tremblant. So he has to watch out at the front and at the back. Lap 24 now, as Material crossed the line about 20 seconds ago. Let's see now on the back straight. Graf seems to be a bit closer to Tremblant than he has been for the last few laps. Can he get himself up into 12? He tries to move down the inside, that's for sure. Now then, he's gonna be on the outside part of the straight. Tremblant is gonna cover the inside. Let's see what can happen. It's the penultimate lap. Onto the outside he goes there. Dennis Graf. Can he get the move done onto Tremblant? Onto the inside. It's very close racing. I think Tremblant still has a chance here to keep the spot. But Tremblant, I think, with the overspeed, with the better grip in the car, has gotten the move done, but not yet. I correct myself. Tremblant is still trying to move. Although now I think on the outside, Graf has proven to have made the move and he's up into 12 after a long time. He's gotten one more spot and now he's chasing after Luan. Although don't count it out just yet, as we saw beforehand with McIntyre, who actually got replaced on Curtis. I think we missed that. But he's up into 18. Maybe I missed that, I'm not sure. Nonetheless, now we see Blackwood chasing after Tremblant. Tremblant could lose 2 places in a row now. The leader is also on the final lap. That means Material, he's 16 seconds clear of Saad. Soon enough we'll have him announced as the winner if nothing bad happens to him, of course. Graf then now is gonna try and move to Luan. He's quite close. Although he is quite a long way from the points. He's trying his best to somehow try and get at least 11th and salvage something from this race, which has been disappointing right from qualifying for the both of them. They're all gonna head onto the final lap as well now. Don't think Graf's gonna try a move, although he is. I think he has the gap for it. He's gonna close in. Does he close in enough? No, he doesn't. Luander had a look onto Broster. Nothing comes out of it. But yeah, the order stays as is. Now then, the battling has calmed down a bit. Although it is the final lap, so we might see a move being tried one way or the other. Although I'd say now we head to our race leader after a very convincing move into turn 2 or 3 that was, onto Pavosar. He's now gonna round the final corner for one last time. And Mateusz Material is gonna prove himself to be the first winner of our mini championship, and he wins in Malaysia from 2nd place. What a drive from Mateusz Material, insane. Just took the race lead and dominated for the entire race. Fireworks are going off after an stupendous drive as well. Pavosar taking a very convincing pole position, only ends up in 2nd. Walji 3rd as well. Fraser 4th. Shashainat and Mandic, good drive from both of them, will finish 5th and 6th. Eventually as they will cross the line. As they now head around the final corner, can maybe some of the drivers here try a last minute move, but I don't think it's going to look likely. So there will be Shashainat, Mandic, Smith. We've seen Luan and Graf out of the points in their cars. Not what we expected from the first round of the season. Shotton is coming home as well in 16th. His teammate Hida right behind him. Then our bottom 4 group is going to cross the line as well. Of which McIntyre came out victorious of these bottom 4. That's Jimenez. And now, there you have it, our race winner Mateusz Material with the fastest lap as well. Now we're gonna go through the rest of the results. Pavosar is in 2nd. Nikhil Walji is in 3rd. Daniel Fraser is in 4th. The 2 Toyotas of Functional Shashainat and Thomas Mandic in 5th and 6th. Aiden Smith in 7th. Good result by Williams today. Zhukauskas in 8th after nearly losing it to Parashki, gets the final points paying position. Then we have Parashki in 9th, Proster in 10th. In 11th, we find Alex Luan, and in 12th, we find Graf. Quite a disappointing drive from both of them, judging by the cars they have. The two Toro Rossos of Tremblant and Blackwood in 13th and 14th. Then Axel Socki in 15th. The two Spikers of Shotanos and Hideat in 16th and 17th. McIntyre in 18th. Then we have Curtis in 19th. Parrish in 20th. In 21st. And our last finisher, we have Rodrigo Jimenez. And our only retirement is Franco Gamba. Now then, that has been it for today in ACOC. I'm not sure if I have to do the driver of the day alone. I used to do this with Miran, and I actually wouldn't know who to give it to. I'm gonna have to quickly think. But to be fair, I'm gonna give it to. To be honest, I'm gonna give it to Mandic actually. Very great drive to get himself a good points as well. But also, I guess I'll share it between Materia as well after an excellent drive, which gave him the. He produced a good overtake at the beginning, and then went on to dominate the whole entire race. 17 seconds was the gap at the end. But yeah, those are my two drive of the days. Feel free to share your opinion as well. That has been it from me. I'm not sure when the next round will be, but we'll inform you about that. Might be that we have GP2 or Formula 1 once again. Either way, the next round in Formula 1 will be in Bahrain, and in GP2, it will be in Spain, the first round. So make sure to not miss those. And I've been Giuseppe, and I wish you guys a very nice following day. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.